surveillance video throwing out campaign mail sent out by Fort Bend County Sheriff Troy Nels. The owner of Cool AC and Heating off FM 359 in the Richmond area called the sheriff after he witnessed it.
I heard it hit in the bottom of the dumpster. I immediately went over and looked in and retrieved it.
Federal employee taking this and throwing it in a dumpster. Not a good day. Not a good day for America. And we really don't know, has this mail carrier done it before?
The sheriff says he has filed a report within his office. Next, he's going to have a talk with the U.S. Postal Inspector about conducting an investigation. Sheriff,
look at these images showing a mailman throwing mail into a popular dump site. 41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan went to that site at 45th and Garfield and met with the man in charge of investigating dumping crimes.
Well, let me give you a look here around 45th and Garfield. The city calls this one of its top 3 illegal dump sites, and you can see all sorts of trash here. But what we noticed this morning, as you look down the embankment, down the hill here, actually a couple of representatives from the USPS are here, and they're cleaning up some of the mail that the city found here. Now, I want to talk to Alan Ashers, who is the city's illegal dumping investigator and specialist, and I just tell us a little bit about how you discovered what appears to be mail being dumped here by a Postal Service employee.
Sure. I was looking through our surveillance camera footage and noticed a mail vehicle sitting here, which is not unusual. A lot of people take their breaks here. But once he left, I found some mail that wasn't here when he pulled up. Just little white letters like you would see in your mailbox. Looked a little suspicious, so I came out here and I started taking a look around, and I found some letters and stuff like that. But then I started noticing a trail of flyers and other things lead me to the side of this hill here where there's just bundles and bundles of mail that were dumped down the side of this hill here.
And now what's it like to see this morning, the USPS here actually cleaning some of it up?
Well, it's fantastic. It could sat here for, until the city cleans this area up once a month on its own. You just can't afford to come out and clean it up every darn day, or we would be.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Alan. And Alan was telling me that he'll send out a court summons to the individual there who was on surveillance camera dumping this mail. And then I did speak with the USPS, and the spokesperson said that this is not consistent actions that represent the values of the Postal Service, and they are investigating these claims, and they could not comment any more until their investigation.
It was a dumpster, not a mailbox, into which a postal worker put an armful of mail.
What that postal worker didn't know was that someone was watching. 9 on Your Side reporter Evan Millward has the video you'll see only on 9 on Your Side, and he joins us live. Evan?
Well, yeah, boxes of mail meant for residents on Franklin Avenue end up right here yesterday afternoon. Now, they say they've got video of a mail carrier who just didn't care.
In they go, letters, bills, paychecks for people in Bond Hill. But this mail carrier isn't done yet. A second box of mail dumped in the trash.
Me, my stepmom lives here. She's missing mail. My sister, some of my friends that live here is missing mail.
Alicia Carr and her neighbors a block away noticed they didn't get mail. We showed her this video.
People missing out on bills. They're missing out on letters. It could just be anything important and necessary, you're missing out on because they're doing stuff like that. It's crazy.
Calvin Harper lives further down the street. He didn't get mail Wednesday either.
Looks like she is putting deodorant on.
She's dumping bags of mail into the dumpster on the other side of Paddock.
Wow.
Back on Paddock, the people who caught this all on camera say the post office came back and got it out after they called and complained.
I'm a little saddened by it because you rely on the postal system.
Yeah.
And now they failed you.
The female carrier in this video wasn't back today. The carrier we saw in this neighborhood tells us he was just filling in, and he wasn't filling up this dumpster.
The hope is that we receive our mail today.
Yeah. Of course, we reached out to the Postal Service about this today. They gave us this statement saying, in part, quote, "This is clearly unacceptable behavior that does not reflect the efforts of thousands of professional, dedicated carriers on our workforce." They also say that the Office of the Inspector General is now investigating, but there's no update on the status of that mail carrier. Back here, the building supervisor says this may have gone unnoticed with the exception of 2 things, that video, and she confronted the mail carrier because this is a private dumpster. We're live in Bond Hill. Evan Millward, 9 on Your Side.
Dozens of letters were found dumped in this rec center dumpster. After workers discovered mail belonging to several different addresses, they checked their cameras and called police. And what they saw was this postal truck approaching the dumpster, then someone throwing out bins of mail.
Police say they found 160 items from that dumpster in Longview. Reporter Dave Faraday found out what happens to that mail now and the postal worker who was supposed to put it in a mailbox. Dave?
Well, Scott, right over here is the dumpster that postal worker's accused of dumping that mail into. What he didn't know, most likely because it was raining so hard that day, is that there's two surveillance cameras, one up there and one right over there on the corner of the building that captured it all.
Police officers in Longview show us some of the evidence in the case, including images of the mail thrown away at a dumpster next to the town's recreation center.
I went to throw some trash away.
Alan Bumgarner works at the rec center and spotted the discarded mail while throwing away some trash. Bumgarner checked the center's surveillance cameras. That's when he spotted the postal worker dumping the mail.
I could not believe it. That was beyond words, knowing that was mail that was supposed to be delivered.
Police released some of that video today where you can see the postal truck pull up to the dumpster, but because it's still an active investigation, they're not at this point releasing all of the video.
It's disturbing because I'm a victim of having my mail lost several times myself, so I can only imagine how people would feel. We're taking it very seriously, and the Postal Service is taking it very seriously.
Police say they went into the dumpster and recovered more than 160 pieces of mail, including financial and insurance statements, along with someone's birthday card. Kenny Autry is one of the victims. He's not sure why the postal worker did it and what mail he's missing.
I absolutely think it's just appalling, I mean, that's my mail, and I don't, I expect, to get my mail.
And we reached out to the Postal Service earlier today. They tell us that worker is no longer employed at the Postal Service. They also told us that they're doing their best, Scott, to deliver the mail that was dumped in this dumpster here.
And a postal carrier is caught on surveillance video throwing out campaign mail sent out by Fort Bend County Sheriff Troy Nels. The owner of Cool AC and Heating off FM 359 in the Richmond area called the sheriff after he witnessed it.
I heard it hit in the bottom of the dumpster. I immediately went over and looked in and retrieved it.
Federal employee taking this and throwing it in a dumpster. Not a good day. Not a good day for America. And we really don't know, has this mail carrier done it before?
The sheriff says he has filed a report within his office. Next, he's going to have a talk with the U.S. Postal Inspector about conducting an investigation. Sheriff Nels is